Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. How's everybody doing this evening? Well, a great start to the weekend this has been. I've had to call the police on a lovely Saturday evening when you just want to relax and rest. I don't do any harm to anybody. I've started live streaming again because it helps relieve stress. I'm stuck in my flat on my own for most of the day with a lot of crap going on that I haven't even mentioned. I've not mentioned it because I don't want to talk about crap and what goes on. I don't want to mention people that are being horrible to me. I want to promote positivity. I want to be nice. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you, right, that I've been harassed almost every day since I've moved into this property for the week after. And the harassment is now reaching a peak where the police and the social services are going to have to get me out of this flat. They're going to have to help me get out of here. Because I cannot cope with this by myself anymore. My son has tried to help me. I've had to report the social services for not doing their job properly. The social services are calling me back next week because I'm complaining about this Wendy Igglesworth. And I explained to her the situation with the neighbours. I explained to her how it was affecting my mental health, and she just walked out and left me. And she looked like the lady opposite with the pug dogs and the glasses. So, 10 to 7, right, I've been stuck indoors all day and I feel I'm being intimidated. So I walked out of the flat, round the back, walked around the corner and across the road. And there was a man, a large man, I would say about, in a woman's size, about size 20, pushing a pram into the opposite flats round the back, pushing a pram in the back of the flats round the back. And he was big. In my live stream before I left the flats, it was a long time before I left the flats, somebody came into my live stream as fat, F-A-T, man, Batman. And I've screenshotted it. And any future live streams will be taped and screenshotted. So if you want to come into my YouTube with horrible names, the police are going to take a look at them, okay? Because it's harassment and bullying. And the police are taking action this time. So I walked past this large man who was pushing a pram into the opposite flats. And a car alarm went off. A car alarm. I don't drive a car, I haven't got a car. Car alarm went off. And it was ear piercing. So they're trying to trigger and provoke a reaction out of me. Right? Carried on walking up to the fields, and there was a dog tied right outside the front of the co-op where I went into yesterday. So they're now tying dogs right outside the front of the co-op and they're barking, and that would make someone like me feel anxious about going into the co-op if I've got to walk past a dog barking. It's all on video. There was a black man in a white cap because I'd live streamed with my cap on with the skull on it, which is a lady's cap. I got it from Bernardo's yesterday in the women's clothing section. So there was a black man in a white cap. I haven't rung my mother, I've called the police. I went onto the field and it was empty apart from kids. By kids, I mean teenagers. And they were giggling. The girl was giggling as I was walking past. My TikTok channel is for 18 years and over. What are teenage boys and girls going into my TikTok doing? And where's their parents who can be held accountable for a child's behaviour? Some parents are allowing their kids to break and damage other people's property, and they will be held accountable for their child's behaviour. It's all right saying to a child, do this, do that and do that, but you're the parents, and if the child is under 18, you can be held accountable for what they're doing. Simple as. So if some parent has got children to intimidate me, they will be held accountable for their behaviour. Because the more I'm being harassed and intimidated, the police will do something. And they'll have to move. And if that's all what they want, that's what they'll get. But if they start harassing me somewhere else, then they'll get put somewhere. I can assure you. I've got no option but to move. This is just ridiculous. So I walked past the black man with the white cap, walked past the dog that was barking outside the co-op. I believe they're filming scenarios. All the way around the field was quiet until I started to come off of it, and there was a fat man with a hood over his head on the field. A fat man with a hood over his head. Do I look like a fat man? Do I? This is getting so serious now that the police have advised me to ring 999 if I'm being followed on mopeds and bicycles, to ring 999. Fat man, grey bag slung round his waist, a grey bag, it's all on tape. And then there was a chap that was a bit taller than my son with glasses, with jeans on, like my mother. She wears jeans, doesn't she, with things sticking out the back pockets. So all these people were on camera. I've never seen any of them before, not one of them. Not the black man with the white cap, not the man with the jeans, I couldn't see the bloke with the hood over his head at all. Why was he hiding his head? Usual, I'd been sent photographs of a delivery driver with I'll show you. I'm being intimidated by I don't know who. So I'm going to show you a couple of one picture of what I was sent and how they recreate photographs. Someone's hacking into my WhatsApp, recreating photographs. I can't, because obviously it's on that phone I'm filming from, but someone sent me two photographs. One showed a delivery driver with a helmet over his head. And it wasn't sent to someone's brother, it was sent to someone's mum. I'm the person who sent me the photographs, I'm their mother. Their mum, not their brother. So the police are going to get involved now. And I'm going to tell them exactly what happened leading up to me. I don't know. I can get hurt. So I walked past these two blokes who to me were intimidating. And I walked across the road and there was noise, more noise, like a moped. And I carried on walking. It felt very sinister and very intimidating this evening. I haven't felt like that for a long time, and it was after these photographs were sent to me on WhatsApp of Palestinians protesting. So, as I was walking into the communal area, the door was open again. The door was open. Anyone can walk in. There was this on the floor. I've told the police they're going down my social media. 3 copies of this on the floor. Where have they come from? Is someone going down people's letterboxes? Is someone opening people's letterboxes? Why is there 3 copies of this on the floor? And 2 takeaway leaflets. Somebody is going down people's letterboxes and throwing the contents on the floor. How are they getting into people's letterboxes? Can understand 1 guy's, but 3 copies of that. Otherwise that means 3 sets of people have thrown a magazine on the floor. And there's cameras in this building, don't forget. Hyde Housing has got CCTV footage in this building, and these people doing this to me are so confident the police and housing are not going to do anything that they're opening people's letterboxes, damaging parcels, ripping open doors in front of cameras. I could have called 999 because when I looked through the communal door, there was lads pulling and shutting and pulling and shutting, looking at me, pulling and shutting. And we're going to have all the doors broken off. None of them are going to open properly. Pulling the doors. There was a girl with long hair down her back. I didn't say a word. I've just rung the police. And if you don't believe me, you can listen. They thought I was going to get cross with teenagers. I've just phoned the police. And it doesn't matter because there should be footage on those cameras. They're doing things right in front of cameras, which is stupid, isn't it? When I do a live stream, I've got kids on bikes. A lad is going on the pavement with an electronic bike. I went out the front of the building, the back of the building, no, the front, the other day. There was a kid on a moped with a bicycle helmet over his head. It's horrible what you're doing to me. Evil and horrible. Fat man. You're a bunch of bullying, horrible, nasty people. You're cruel and disgusting, and I've never ever in my life come across anything as bad as this. You're ashamed of yourselves, but your parents are responsible for you, not me. So I'm not going to shout at teenagers that aren't mine. And can you tell me what this is supposed to mean? It's disgusting. Vile. The police are coming out Monday. Monday. Enough is enough. You can listen to the phone call, it'll be up later.